Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
The question I ask the people is this: go and have a look at the Royal Commission into Child Abuse. The question you need to ask is, why wasn't Docs put on the stand and asked the question about those thousands and thousands of children being raped and abused and murdered? Why was that? Is this a breach of United Nations human rights?
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, they must have broken about 1830 articles there. But the interesting thing, no one's interviewed me. Not one police. Funny that. Never.
So you've gone through every single boy's home,
Yep.
You've been in boarding houses,
Yep.
You've been in every institution.
Yep. Not one person has come to me. They know about it. They know.
Well, you have all the documentation.
I mean, the file itself is enormous. And there's more. There's much, much more.
Yeah, but when that time you told me that, you used to see quite regularly, young boys being taken over with a sheet over their heads, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They don't want it released to the public.
And they targeted a specific type of child to take out on the weekend.
Small, like me. The file speaks volumes. This abuse is not like any other abuse.
It's funny with the Royal Commission, we've got so many people that talk about the Royal Commission, we've got so many people that talk about the VIPs and and so on and so on and so on. But no one knows how to tackle the angle or go by the angle of what we need to do, right? But I think we've got ample evidence right now. This is, as far as I'm concerned, this is shut case.
Welcome to Wednesday night, folks. And as you can see, Frank and Valinda have done a magnificent job with Shane, 43. Remember that number, guys, 43. That's what they were known by, a number, all the way through the system. Anyway, the latest director to hit the movie path is Mr. Franco Todisco. So, Frank, what are we doing? I know what we're doing, but you come in and tell everyone what we're doing. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, you're welcome, Dave. Thanks once again, and thanks to Stop the Rot and yourself and Mel and Caz, for helping us out. And I held the movie for probably the best part of about 8-9 months. Thinking about what I wanted to do, Dave, and whether I go the cinematic route and all the rest of it. But the reality is, with the way that the climate of everything that's coming out right now, I think the timing is really, really imperative right now. And you know what? I've never wanted to. This is done out of pure love and the guidance of God, and I didn't want to make a dime out of this. I really don't. I certainly wouldn't mind making money for the victims that have been, abused, right? But I think when it's all said and done, they deserve proper justice, more than anything else. So I'm hoping, Dave. So I'm hoping by doing this documentary and revealing Shane's story. Now, we know that there were thousands. That maybe it might just strike a chord with people to sort of get a little bit more animated. Because what I like about this, Dave, is that this is an Australian story, mate. This is our story. It's not Epstein's children's. It's not Americans' children. It's an Australian told. And these are our children, Dave. And so this story is a dedication to our children, our backyard. And, I think we'll make justice of it, in terms of what we did. Now, it's not 60-minute production, thank God, perhaps, you know what I mean? But it's cut really raw, Dave.
It's good. Frank, I've watched it, as you know, and I think it's very, very good.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Dave. Yeah, absolutely. And,
Eva's now asked the question, where can we watch it? So tell them what we're going to do with it, Frank.
Yeah, well, come next Tuesday, Dave. Stop the Rot is going to premiere a 2-part series, 43, Shane 43, Ward of the State. We're going to commence it on Tuesday, followed by Wednesday. Now, it's fairly lengthy. It's funny, we jammed quite a bit in quite a reasonable amount of time. But we've tried to strip it back as much as we can, and so it's roughly about a 2-hour show. But we thought if we split it over 2 nights, Tuesday and Wednesday, and maybe do a follow-up on Thursday, talk about it and what have you, and maybe, people can ask questions and what have you, and we can fill in a few gaps. Like I said, this is this is done on a real tight budget, you know what I mean, and a lot of hard, dedicated work, so... But
that's how we all do things around here, Frank, isn't it?
It is indeed, Dave. It is. But first and foremost, while I'm at it, Kevin, the cameraman, producer of the show, Belinda Repton, who helped me immensely in doing a lot of research and doing our background drops and all the rest of it, to those 2 individuals. And it was basically a 4-man gig. That was it, including Shane and his story. So, I dedicate, and I just want to thank them immensely for helping me do this. And so, I can't wait, actually. Tuesday, I'm really looking forward to it, Dave. And I spoke to Shane this morning, and he's ready. He's really ready, which is fantastic. Yeah.
Yep. No, well, let's, as you say, folks, we've released a few of these things now, but this is where we need your help. There's a trailer out there on all the channels, all right, that you just saw, and we need it out there, people. We need it spread everywhere for next Tuesday and Wednesday evening. Thank you.
Yeah, pump it out, guys. Pump.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
How are you, Kat?
Good. Look, we got heaps of news going on with everything that's going on overseas, and here it's just incredible. So we might just get started. First of all, you've got this Brandon Koshal. He's been jailed for 12 months.
Got a 1-year prison sentence for saying this at Australia Day rally. And at the Invasion Day rallies across Australia, they shouted, "Abolish Australia," and they burned the national flag. There was not one sentence handed out for those people. But this dude says this, 1 year in prison. There's also politicians that come out and say, Islam is not compatible with the West. Nothing happens to them. Anthony Albanese came out this morning and says white supremacy is the biggest threat to Australia. Nothing happens to him. I mean, what does Australia come to? What does Australia now come to?
Well, we know what it's come to. Exactly what the book was written to fulfill, and they're doing it, guys. They're having a good go.
Well, they planned it. They've been planning it for a long time, you know. Yeah. Now, just on that too, he's gotten up, like, just to move into the conspiracy world for a minute, okay? But you guys can look this up for yourself. But his surname is sometimes, it's not always, sometimes associated with a certain belief that he was speaking out against. So why did he go into court and plead guilty? Like, they've just created these new laws. Why not fight them? Why not fight them?
Because you set a precedent and we're done.
Now we've had precedents, we've had ruling on it. So it's made it law. Like,
well, it almost feels like they're trying to get the reaction, if you know what I'm talking about, Caz, right? So who knows? I think there's a lot of pieces in this one at play.
There is.
Yeah.
Look, George Mamalmas has done a take on Katie Gallagher. Look, this is why I think it's scripted. I mean, they're just so bad. Like, they don't even have any redeeming features whatsoever. They're actually just being so bad that they're looking for people. It's like they're trying to wake up normies. So normies can just go, what the hell? Like, look at this.
That's you're right.
Why our country is so cooked. Watch this.
There's been $114 billion of savings across your budgets. Mm-hmm. Is that net savings or gross savings?
Well, it's savings and reprioritising. So we're saving and then essentially to offset new priorities.
So you're saying that's net of spending decisions? You reduced expenditure by $114 billion?
It's a gross figure.
So it's gross, right. What is the net figure?
I don't have that available.
Is it positive or negative?
Well, I just don't have that figure in front of me.
Has the savings you've made been greater than or less than the new spending that you've initiated?
It is $114 billion in savings and reprioritisations.
But if you spend every dollar that you've saved, it's not a save, is it? It's spending it on something else.
Well, you know, that can be the way you twist it.
When you say on radio, as you did last week, we've found $114 billion in savings across a number of budgets, I think the public will think that means you've saved $114 billion. But if you've gone and spent that and some more, you haven't saved $114 billion.
No, we have.
How have you saved it if you've gone and spent it?
Because you just need the little paper trail in the back office. It says, you know, bang, bang, bang.
Don't you love the body language?
Yeah,
the body language.
I'm not even
this. Dig that hole, mate. Just dig that hole.
Yeah, is she gonna? I'm waiting for her to jump up and start screaming, misogynist.
It's a circus in there.
Yeah. Now, somebody's made it. I saw this last week. I don't think we got to it, but it did. I did think it was curious.
Oh, is this? Why is a New South Wales police officer rocking an Israeli?
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, it's a good clip.
Flag. What is happening here? Let's get one thing straight. Police uniforms are not meant to show any other flag other than Australia's. That is the rule. So how the hell did this slip through? We just had the Israeli president meeting Albanese, and now, bam, we're seeing a cop wearing the Israeli flag. Forget all the politics. Forget the controversies. If it's not Australia's, it does not belong on our cops. Our officers are supposed to protect Australians. That's the one nation that they serve. This is beyond ridiculous. Our police should be our line of defense, not waving the banner of a foreign country while on duty. I'm furious about this. This isn't as bait. It's basic respect for the uniform and for the country it represents. What about you guys?
What is he doing wearing it?
Well, it's not kosher, is it? It's just not kosher.
You know, we all know why it's being done, Coach, because someone will pick it up and leak it out, and people are getting more and more either outraged or confused with what the fucking hell is going on around here.
There's something there's a lot going on.
Distraction. That's your number one game. Distraction. This is what they do to us, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's demoralising as well to think that okay, now we're another country. We've got to share it with another country as well. So look, the thing is that a lot of things are demoralising. This is one of the most demoralising people around as well. Is this person? She just gets me so mad.
Why are we paying E-Safety Commissioner Julie Inman-Grant's legal bills so she can avoid testifying to the US Congress? It's already cost almost $2 million in legal fees, but if she's done nothing wrong, then why doesn't she front up and stop spending taxpayers' money? Inman-Grant is a US citizen that's using the money out of your pocket to avoid being held accountable in the US. It's bullshit, right?
I didn't know that was going on.
Bullshit,
I didn't know that was going on.
We told you so.
I don't know what to say. You know what?
Yeah, we got open gunfights in Sydney. You know, it's all good. It's all good.
We have. Like, look at that. Look, we got people being arrested for making speeches, and then you've got this as well.
This is Azar Utah's family-in-law. You in the cartel. I want an early two car family. I'm at the windows, lad. Send to the right, send to the right, to the right.
Great shot. To the right, to the right.
Fuck him and the coconut cartel. This is the fucking start of the destruction, brother.
And they're brazen enough to film themselves and put it out there, Frank.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Hey, how did they get their Second Amendment?
We've got apparently a teacher who is Muslim teaching in a public school enchilada or not enchilada. What is it? Enchilada or something like that. And I'm just like, how is all of this going on? Like, it's not even Australia anymore. It looks like a foreign country. It feels like a foreign country, and it's really interesting. Well, I think what is really fascinating is we're having a look at this now. There's all of these situations here where you've got the Australian universities are providing lucrative scholarships worth up to $100,000 for Indian international students. Now, Michael Gray Griffiths has done a bit of has done an investigation, and he's noticed that in country towns, the main owners are Indians of pretty much everything. They've bought up service stations, coffee things, bought up everything, right? Now, what's interesting is I think we can connect some dots here. Because when you have a look at this, yeah.
Just for a second there. When Belinda put that, she saw that student in the cigarette shop, right? She got persecuted by the general public because of that. And all she was doing was revealing the facts.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
When she interviewed that kid in the smoke shop, he looked a bit, whatever. But at the end of the day, the amount of vitriol that Belinda got over that clip, and yet now we're seeing it.
Yeah. Well, we went up to, we took a trip and we stopped, we did thousands and thousands of miles, stopped everywhere for coffee, cake, whatever, fuel, places to stay. And lo and behold, every single one of them, bar two, were owned and run by Indians.
Yep.
And everyone is saying that they're getting grants from the government to get. Now, I actually found it. I found where they were getting them from. I sent it across to Dave, and then we haven't been able to find it. It looks like it's been removed from it was a government website, on a government website. But they're also apparently getting very low interest rates from their own government. So their own government doesn't even want them there. So they won't even invest in their own country. So they send them here. They'd rather pay to send them here. Like, what does that tell you? I think governments around the world are just, but I think there's a reason why. Because if you look at these stats here, so this is by Nicholas Hilscher, MPH. So 98% of excess deaths in highly vaccinated Australian regions were not from COVID. Okay? So it's from the study finds that 4 Australian regions with little COVID and brief lockdown saw excess surge after 90% plus of COVID vaccine uptakes. So I'm thinking what's going on here is it looks like the different batches were sent to certain regions. Can anyone say 15-minute cities to basically get rid of the people in that area? So we don't know. They're populating them. They're bringing in people to populate the area, so it's not really obvious to us.
They're plugging their holes.
They're more than that. They got 6 deep on the hole, mate. You know.
That's right.
Yeah.
And like,
unreal.
You know, and the thing is, Franco, with your documentary coming out too, like it is timely because we have the Epstein stuff going on, but then you have like this stuff as well. Like this is just insane. This, I don't know how many of these arrests I've seen. So this is a senior New South Wales Police Department bureaucrat is behind bars because he was sharing violent child abuse on material online. You got this guy here. So this is from Radbury found this one. So he was a ringleader of a child abuse group. And then his wife stood behind him and said, "Oh no, he's a really good guy." And wrote him a reference letter. Like, I don't even know what to say. Then we've got this corruption story. Like you've got that they're missing 300,000. They were paid up to some MEU delegates were paid up to 300,000 despite being unskilled and doing no physical work.
Not even just go and get the next bikie gig, organised, or the next, turf war. Yeah.
Well, mate, they were getting that just to sit in the office and bloody bet on their phones all day long.
Yeah. And then on top of that, everyone's outraged with the ISIS brides returns, and Madison King's put this one out.
Okay, so Albanese is now coming out and saying that he has nothing to do with the ISIS brides and their children coming back to Australia. And he wasn't aware of the Islamic doctor that's over there currently bringing them home. Well, one, they need an Australian passport. And two, if he isn't aware of that, who's funding them? And three, I think ASIO and Federal Police, you need to investigate medical practice. I would like to know what's on his books.
Well, you've got that, but then you've got this today. So this is only a few hours apart. So Sky News put out that Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has admitted that ISIS brides were issued Australian passports while insisting his government provided no assistance.
They flogged it off to the what is it? The transport and something else department. Yeah, they use the passports, not us. Yeah.
The abuses of our government towards we the people are just so outrageous, and it just doesn't stop. You know, this is like councils. Look at this.
That is the sound of a council or a government that does not want homeless people sleeping under this bridge. So we've been told that under this bridge there is probably the first example I've ever heard of. There it is. That is an audible anti-homeless device. Hostile architecture built in. So what they've done is installed some kind of device that is emitting a high-pitched buzzing noise, a shriek. It's really piercing. You can really, it's almost painful. And that's the whole fucking idea. That is the point. They want it to be painful for people who are thinking of coming and rolling out a sleeping bag or chucking a tent on the side of this bike path, as people famously did not too long ago in this very spot. They want it to be painful to do that. This noise is something completely different. I've never seen this. I've never even heard of this in any other city around the world. This is something that seems quite new and quite shocking, honestly. It's a noise that really, I can feel it in my legs. I've got goosebumps and sort of an unpleasant jarring sensation in my legs from this audio. It's very hard to tolerate this noise. That is precisely the point. They don't want people here. They want people out of the CBD. They want people out of the city. My skin's kind of crawling. It's a really unpleasant sensation. I don't know why the City of Perth Council or the state government or whoever it is who decided to install this think that that's the feeling you want to inspire in people walking through the city, riding through one of the main arteries along the train line.
What a
How far
disgrace.
will they go? They'll go a hell of a lot further yet, guys. Don't you? Haven't seen. This is a tip of the iceberg for these guys.
Oh, you know what? I wish those buggers would walk in a very dark alley when I'm standing there for a while.
Well, we all...
Obviously, I'm not inciting violence by any means. I'm just saying. Fuck. Mate, is this country going to wake up faster than it needs to right now? I don't know, honestly. Come on.
Well, there's a lot that's been coming out with the Epstein files. People are discovering new stuff every day. You've got, of course, the absolute horrors of the eating of... don't even know if I can say it. I think we'll be booted off the air if we say it. Like you've got there's cannibalism involved, there's murder, there's sexualization, there's rape. It's just, and we're not talking children, we're talking like infants as well. We're talking teens, prepubescents, we're talking little children, infants, and it's just unbelievable. And of course, there's a whole heap of stuff there that's related to gene splicing, genetic engineering. There is so much stuff. And we'll just cover that in a minute. But before we do, this is the warning from, his name's escaped me for the moment. But anyway, I'll put it out. But this is the pedo problem that we've got here in Australia.
Is going to pop soon. Australia has more pedophiles in high positions of government and on the Supreme Court of Australia than any other country in the world. Australia is going to explode when pedophilia at the Prime Minister and Supreme Court justice level is fully revealed to the Australian public.
Robert Steele.
Robert David Steele, that's it.
Which includes, disturbingly, documents that name in one document 28 people as alleged pedophiles, signed off by Gary Crook QC, counsel assisting an earlier Royal Commission, includes a whole lot of prominent people, and I think to protect the discretion of the Royal Commission, I won't comment on what the Commission thought, except that they thought it was outside the terms of reference of the Royal Commission. We have in Australia, sadly, a compromise at the highest of levels. There's a former Prime Minister on this list, and it is a police document.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there's been a lot of people over the years who have spoken out about it. Maybe I should just, you've got Kathy O'Brien for starters. She wrote Transformation America. You also have Karen Mulder. Remember her in the 2000s?
One of the most sought after models in the world goes on a talk show. She, Karen Mulder, frantically starts name dropping everyone that had either assaulted her or sold her to be assaulted. This list would include royalty, politicians, cops, and her own family. But before she'd be done getting through that list, she'd be taken off the stage and eventually put into a psych ward, paid for by the very person she claimed started selling her in the first place. Her agent and owner of Elite Paris, the man who signed her at just 15 years old, Gerald Marie, who, by the way, would be prosecuted years later with an insurmountable amount of rape and sexual assault claims, only for the case to be closed in 2023 due to France's statute of limitations, which could have been avoided if anyone in the French courts had taken.
Now, then, of course, you've got the hunting parties. They actually haven't come up yet, which with regards to the elite royals. But remember, Jesse Zabotas testified on this.
Bill's talking about there being hunting parties.
At the hunting parties, they'd have all these expendable children outside in the woods, and usually they have holding grounds. Like a tunnel system or something underground where they hold the kids in cages until the time of the hunt. And the hunt usually happens later, once it's dark outside. They'll kind of make a perimeter, which is pretty large, of these woods, and they'll station the different elite people around the perimeter. And then when they give the go, they release the kids, and the kids are told just to run, to hide, And that's when the elite will go through the woods and start hunting for them.
Between all of their talks about
Now, that's come out like within the files as well. There's a reference to it. But also, let's not forget that when during the Sarajevo War, was it Sarajevo?
Sarajevo.
Sarajevo. That there were elites that were paying for money to go and sniper women and children during that war.
Can I also?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know where they say, with the posters, the Trump posters, where it says the hunter now becomes, the hunted becomes now the hunter. That's in reference. That's what it's referencing. And the other one was the Guardians of there was 3 movie trailers, right? Guardians of something, whatever. But the GOP, which is Guardians of the Pedophile, that's what it's in reference to. And we're seeing it now. We're actually seeing it now.
Well, a lot of toppling though. This is just since this list is only since the release of the Epstein files. We've had them for what, a week?
Resignations, 4 criminal investigations, and 17 days. Pool, again, 1 man, 3 million pages, 17 days. Here's the scoreboard, the body count. Let's hit show more. This is amazing. This is just what's happened since these files have gone, and it's already outdated. I think this is from late last night. Goldman Sachs chief legal officer Rumler resigns, called Epstein Uncle Jeffrey. She was Obama's White House counsel. Paul Weiss, chairman Brad Karp resigned. Most powerful law firm in New York, thanks Epstein for a once-in-a-lifetime evening. DP World, the CEO, Ben Salim, resigned. There was another Middle Eastern resignation yesterday, too. We might get to it in the news. Dubai's largest port, Epstein called him my most trusted friend. Yale University, Professor Gellerter Bard recommended a small, good-looking blonde student to Epstein. UK government, Ambassador Mandelson fired, called Epstein my best pal, sent him classified government info. UK Prime Minister's office, Chief of Staff McSweeney resigned. Harvard former President Larry Summers was very close with the Clintons, by the way. Exposed, named Epstein's will in Epstein's will, received $1 million from Epstein, $1 million. Nobel Committee Chairman Jagland, raided by police, former Prime Minister of Norway, criminally charged. LA 28 Olympics Chairman Wasserman under investigation. Prince Andrew stripped of all remaining royal duties. The Global Fire, UK, 4 resignations, criminal investigation. Norway, former Prime Minister criminally charged. France, special investigation team was just formed yesterday. Slovakia, several advisors gone. Sweden, UN official resigned. Dubai, largest port CEO, resigned. USA, Goldman Sachs, Paul Weiss, Yale, Harvard. And they're not mentioning Jamie Dimon, and they should be on this list too. All hit 7 countries, 13 resignations, 4 criminal investigations, and 17 days. What's coming next? February 26th, Hillary Clinton testifies before Congress. She said Bill didn't do anything wrong yesterday. February 27th, Bill Clinton testifies before Congress. Both going to be interesting to see. Both refused for months. Both threatened contempt of Congress.
So you've got that now. Also, it's come out about the South Africa, what's going on in South Africa as well with the babies as well in hospital being trafficked.
What we discovered, which will be presented in our video series in great detail, is that our state hospitals are the epicenter of human trafficking and baby trafficking. We can say unequivocally, this happens at Steve Biko Academic Hospital, Tembisa Academic Hospital, Tembisa Hospital, and George Macquarie Hospital.
Now, so
it is incredible, eh? It's just, it's every country, guys. It's just, some worse than others, but I think, what's worse, like there is no difference, is there? A sin's a sin. It doesn't matter whether it's this big or it's that big, you know what I mean? And wow, man.
Yeah. It's systemic, Dave. It's systemic, mate. The whole lot of it.
Yeah. We knew that. We knew it for a long time, but we were fools and idiots to say stuff like that.
Yeah, well, remember Diana Spencer's, her best friend, Diana, she tells the story of Diana one time looking at her and going, they're not human. They're not. You look at this stuff and I'm going, there's no way humans could do this. There's just no way. But, you know, what's really interesting is there's something happening in Europe at the moment. Look at this. That is a massive internet outage. Massive. All across Europe. And I'm wondering, because Chaos Coordinator, who's actually Tori says, I'm wondering, because she put out she tagged Erdogan, and she said the only way out for the elite is to cause a war in Europe at the moment. Erdogan, are you going to step up to the mark on that? So because she sent him, she sent that across the bow to him, I'm wondering, is that what's going to happen? Like, are they trying to sort of, pull that because everything's going so badly for them, like especially with everything coming out?
Well, someone's got to trigger it. We know that. I look, for me personally, it's the EBS. It's imminent. It's already says it's very, very strong when it does happen and how it's going to happen and whatever. I've now, with everything that's now coming out, Caz, I can't see any other way than military intervention right now because it is so corrupted. Corrupted.
And also we had Bondi was asked about the Epstein files and she let it slip. She goes, oh, yes, well, I'll have to get the release of the indictments, of the grand jury indictments. So that, everything about the Q operation has been confirmed. And so if that happens as well with the grand jury indictments and they get released, oh my God, that's huge. But it's not just that. We also have the Anthony Weiner laptop. We have the rest of the WikiLeaks files. We have the rest of the Epstein files. So you kind of and I'm just wondering when it's Australia's turn, because I think it probably, will come to us.
America first. It was always going to be that way. Yeah. America first. Yeah.
Well, one of the things that they've tried to do is destroy our knowledge of history, and that's for a very good reason. It's because they don't want us to know what we came from. And there's a new channel on Twitter, and they're just telling the history. So let's have a look at this, the end of slavery.
They told you a story about Britain, colonizers, slavers, oppressors. Here's what they didn't tell you. Your ancestors, the factory workers, the farm laborers, the shopkeepers, the miners, they didn't own slaves. They couldn't afford passage across the channel, let alone a plantation in Jamaica. They worked 14-hour days and died young and poor. But when they finally got a voice, they used it, not for themselves, to end injustice. More people signed petitions against slavery than could vote. Working families gave up sugar, their one small luxury, because they refused to taste cruelty. The powerful owned slaves. The people ended slavery. The powerful exploited children. The people stopped them. The powerful denied the vote. The people took it. Teenage girls with rotting jaws walked out of factories and won. 12 jurors chose prison over convicting an innocent man. But Britain didn't just end slavery here. They ended it everywhere. They paid foreign rulers to stop. When they broke their word, Britain came back. Again and again, they sent warships to patrol Africa for 60 years. 17,000 sailors died, not for Britain, for strangers they'd never meet. They bombarded Algiers and freed 1 million Europeans. They paid 40% of the national budget, a debt you and your parents were still paying off in 2015. Not kings, not generals, not aristocrats. Working people, your ancestors. This is Proud of Us, a place to be proud and learn from other working class people. It's time for us to tell our own stories again. Be part of us. Be proud of us.
That was good.
Yeah, I've
They
been
do.
looking at a bit of stuff that actually covers, you know, the 1800s and that, and you know, when the big switch went on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what they did do was they actually sent out in America, they got 2,200 people to fill out and document, okay? But they ended up stopping it and defunding it. But this was held in the archives and it's been actually released now. It's another, and it's incredible, the memoirs of those people. And it's all about the big coal. It was the big coal.
Yeah. And nothing's ever changed, Dave. It's just been cyclonic.
Still colonists, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. All right, we're at time. So, Franco, we're going to be taken out by, what is it? Rocking Housewife. Halls of something. I can't really see the rest of it. Franco, if you'd like to say a few words, wrap up. And Dave, if you'd like to close the show, I'll hit play.
Yeah, look, as you can see that, I mean, it's systemic. You know, abuse to children has been worldwide and has been captured worldwide. I encourage everybody Tuesday night to really get behind our story, the Australian story, and let's see if we can actually get some justice finally for these individuals that are still with us right now. And I just want everybody to share the show, share the platform, share the programs. We need algorithms, guys, right? So this is how we beat them. We're now the media, and if we generally believe that we are the media, then we've got to keep, you know, pushing it out, you know. So I encourage everybody to share the show, share the, you know, the trailer, share everything, you know. And Margaret Beasley, I told you.
Yeah, look, I just want to thank all you people out there, right? I want to thank you for your prayers, for all your thought, and, you know, it's been going into this little struggle of mine, but we're inching our way back out to getting the show back to somewhere it should be. So again, guys, I thank you, but keep sharing, keep putting it out there when we do get shows out, and we're doing our best to get back on top of me. Yeah, I'm the problem. But anyway, we'll get back on top of me, and we'll keep this thing going, guys, but again, I just want to tell you there's only one person that's going to get you through this, okay? And it's the Lord Jesus Christ, okay? So again, I don't care if I sound like a broken record. Go and get your discernment. Go and find out what you're supposed to be doing in God's army, okay? Find your real job. Find your real purpose. And we win. Simple. Good night, folks. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Mel.
Night, Dave.
In the halls of power they gather round. With a smile on their faces they bring us down. The papers sign no debate in sight. They're ramming lost through in the dead of night. Hate speech they say is for the good, but I see the shadows and I see the hood. Silence the free, they're coming for you. Censoring voices, they know what to do. Stand up and shout, don't let them in. This is our land and we won't give in. 3 weeks in a row, they're lining the track, controlling your voice. They want it all back with every new law. They tighten the chains. The truth is a weapon, but they've gone insane. Malcolm and Pauline, why don't you see? With every new law, they're stealing our dreams. The children, what have you done? Punished for thoughts, can't escape from your gun. You think you're so wise, but the truth is a knife, cutting through silence, reclaiming our life. They say it's about safety, but I smell the fear. A chilling effect, we must make it clear. We've got state laws, let them do their job. Federal overreach is a thief in the mob, so let's rise together.